Welcome to Smokey Reacts, I'm your boy journalist, and on this one, we have some more mess that has come afoot. While I've been gone, some new Diddy stuff has come out, and I've been covering it, so I figured it'd be a good video to kind of jump in on the discussion and see what's going on. Thank you guys very much for joining me. If you could, please hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description, and let's get into it.
Today's topic, here's a surveillance video that they just pulled of Diddy putting his hands on Cassie Ventura, who was his wife. Now, let's just watch it.
Fellas, people, if you ever have to chase your partner down the hall while wearing a towel, you know you are in the wrong 1,000%. What are you even doing?
First off, when I was 6, I remember walking into my living room, and on the television was one of the scariest things I've seen in my life. It was the movie It, with the clown and shit. Traumatized me. Didn't walk near sewers. Every time I saw a clown, I said, "You're not gonna eat me, but you can have my brother." You know, that was my childhood.
I can understand.
Because my brother used to beat me for no reason. So if the clown came from, I'm like, yo, it is what it is.
Your brother was a brother?
Yes. You know, older brothers. Now, as an adult, being in a hallway and seeing Diddy in a towel running at me is scarier than anything I experienced as a child.
100%. Charging full speed.
Yeah.
And the worst part is that he's hip hop, so you know at any time he's holding that tower, he could go wave your hands in the air and wave it like you just
Yeah. And you know Diddy the type of person where he can't just have himself being naked in the towel. He probably got a little strap in there with some lube underneath the towel. He was really equipped.
Jesus
a wig
Christ.
for no reason.
Something.
Yeah, he just pull out the towel. We got a wig in there too. Like, you ready for business?
Take that.
The video, captured on multiple cameras, shows Combs assaulting his then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, in a hallway at a Los Angeles hotel.
You can't even show that. We can't, the video is a wrap. We can't even show that.
The way he ragdolled her, and I'm gonna say this too, this wasn't his first time. In a hotel lobby?
This hotel in March 2016. A lawsuit filed by Ventura in November last year and settled the next day referenced actions that seem to match those seen. There is no audio. According
The fact I'm not getting shown this, not like saying I need to, but like, yo, you know it has to be super flagrant if one TOS of YouTube says that their video's dead if they show it. So that means my video's dead if I react to it. Like, Jesus Christ, like, I just don't understand when you have that type of like financial liquidity and status in life, why you must use physical dominance to be like the tool. Like, I don't get it. I don't. Like, you have everything as a person who doesn't have any of those things would say like, oh, that shit's not necessary. And even if I had all those things, I'm like, it's super not necessary. So you gotta be a really fucked person in the brain to be like, oh yeah, I've got all this shit. I'm willing to fuck it up over what? Somebody not listening to you? Like, people's hubris and hyperfixation on people just is ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
to the complaint,
Mr. Combs became extremely intoxicated and punched Mrs. Ventura in the face, giving her a black eye. After he fell asleep, Miss Ventura tried to leave the hotel room, but as she exited, Mr. Combs started singing, "I've been waiting. Think I'm gonna make my move."
Read it out loud.
Baby, tell me if you like it. Tell me if you like it. I've been waiting. Think I'm gonna make my move.
I don't know this right here.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Beep, boop, 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 boop. Sorry.
I know what you're doing.
We are
I've been waiting. Yo, that is wild. That's wild. If that's the same song.
We? No. Don't put
I put
we.
the I in we.
That's just
We.
toi? Oui.
Okay.
Moi, no.
He followed her into the hallway hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed her and then took glasses in the vase in the hallway and threw them at her, causing glasses to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. She managed to get in the elevator, and when she got to the lobby, quickly took a cab to her apartment. Upon realizing that her running away would cause Mr. Combs to be even more upset. Ooh.
That's what she says.
moments later, he can be seen throwing an object in her direction.
Okay. Couple thoughts. Y'all notice nobody defending the man publicly?
Nobody.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because they know he's guilty.
They.
Because they seen his weird behavior firsthand.
You think so?
And the thing about Diddy is like these are not new rumors. People.
But see, like at that point, like if I don't like this law when they use it when it's like, oh, like criminality, like people going to do like a crime. Like I drove, but then the crime that we agreed to go do went completely left. Me driving may be a factor, but I feel like charging that person with the same things is just like, it's a little aggressive. But in these terms, I'm like, all these people know about this shit and nobody's gonna get anything. So this is where I'm then having to rethink my thought on the prior law that I said I don't like, where if I drove and old boy catches a body, I caught a body too. Like in this instance, how come that's not the same law? Because all these people that are silent, like, aren't they just as culpable? And is that not how this works now? I don't get it. Like, I believe that's how it should be. Like, all the people who's going to these lunches, brunches, dinner meetings, fucking business meetings, like all this shit. Like, if you guys knew this shit but didn't say nothing, but now you're quiet, it's like, because just last year you niggas was taking photos. Now nobody's saying shit.
People been saying stuff about him. They've been saying how weird he is, how aggressive he is, how he gets down. His bodyguard has come out and shared a lot of stories of the freaky, disgusting stuff he's seen him do. And because, it's a different era. Because, Cat said it best. All these big dick deviants catch a hell in 2024. That's what he said. Cat not lying.
I mean, it's one thing having freaky shit. I don't care about the freaky shit.
No. Big dick deviant's different, though.
Hold on. If you're doing freaky stuff and everybody consensual, that's none of my business. Do whatever. But this is not what this is. This is off. Because it's people that start talking about the fact that, yeah, he was freaky and he was doing all these free calls and shit like that. So it's one thing to be freaky, I don't care about that. But that's violence, that's a closed fist, that's all predatory type of behavior. We're way past that. A lot of people that was defending him was like, yeah, well, you freaky, so what? Nah, we're not there yet. We left that a long time ago. We're no longer in Kansas, Toto. We're somewhere else.
Toto.
We're somewhere. This is some other shit. And people know. They're looking at it and like, shrug. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the big change that's happening now, beyond just the social media aspect of it, is before being a powerful person with a lot of money, influence, and entertainment meant you were untouchable. Why? Because you had your money in the newspaper. Everyone's careers depended on you. Yeah. Now there's a little bit more separation in that regard. So people like Sean Combs can't exert the same kind of influence. The reason why when he was doing this in the 90s and the early 2000s, he was getting away with it is if you said anything, you was going to get fucked up. Now it's different. Now with the advent of cameras, every single place, people filming things on their cell phone, people documenting everything, it's a lot easier for people to get caught up in these things where there's undeniable proof. And then it becomes a PR nightmare to try to even defend this person. There's probably some people who want to support him. Not because they think he's innocent, but because they don't care what he's doing. But they know it's such a bad idea to do this PR-wise, they don't even want to try. So all them stuff about him blowing up Kid Cudi's car, him beating on her, him selling her to other people, like, well, this doesn't prove he trafficked her. Do you really believe that a man who threw a vase at his supposed wife, who beat the shit out of her, like that in the public library, wouldn't toss her to the wolves? I mean, he denies even doing this, and we just found out he's not credible at all because it's on camera in 4K.
Facts.
360p, but you get what I'm saying.
So he did that.
So, me, as far as I'm concerned, from everything I've heard, his...
Just to be an actual adult. Credibility is out the window. But to say that he did that, not the thing we're discussing now, but all the extra shit, they become more plausible. But to just layer all the shit on top of it is like painting everything with a broad brush. And it's like, we're getting the fine details, so we should begin to pay attention to the fine details and figure out what is fact and what is not, because the stuff that we can believe of a person because now we see the worser sides of them becomes so much easier. And I'm not saying I want the stuff to be lesser, I just want whatever is supposed to be on the person's head to be on that person's head. Nothing more, nothing less. And that's why I'm just like, he did that is a broad brush. And did he do this? Fucking right he did. Did he do a bunch of other shit? You goddamn right. But let's find out what the fuck he did and get his ass for all that shit is all I'm saying.
Weird behavior, how aggressive he gets with other men, the weird sus shit that they got him on, and then the video evidence of him beating on his girl. I think it's hard for me to deny most of the stuff that people are saying about her. I remember when Cassie came out, people were saying, oh, she's just clout chasing because she's just after money. Because the burden of proof that you would need in a criminal case is far higher than what you would need in a civil case. And the truth is, when it comes to things like grape, these things like that, it's very difficult to prove these things happened, right? Because maybe at the time when this happened, she didn't have this. Maybe she didn't document her injuries because she wasn't thinking about pressing charges. We don't know the details. So you can't look at somebody who's doing a civil case and always think they're liars because they just want money. The truth is sometimes that's the only way to really get restitution. But I think we have to stop thinking that people who don't bring criminal cases don't actually have a case to bring. It's just that maybe they don't have the evidence to support their claim. Doesn't mean that they're lying. It doesn't mean that the other person is innocent. It just means they don't have the ability to prove their guilt beyond reasonable doubt. So people want to go out and sue somebody? Yeah, go get your money. Get repayment somehow. If you can't get in a criminal court, get it financially. Make sure you get some level of restitution. And she deserves it. And that's why he paid in. So that's just another thing I want to take away from this.
The footage leaked. Whew, that's just...
You know,
crickets now.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't hear nothing. I don't hear shit. On the internet, all a bunch of people. Yeah, she just would, and you don't know. We're quick to judge on stuff we don't know. We don't know about it. We're not there. Not only that, we're not around these people to know what's going on and what's being said. We're not around these people, but we've heard about it. Some of y'all really are not in touch with anything about that. And just willing to defend. For what? Because you like a couple of songs?
Right. Exactly.
It's weird, man. Wait till you have the evidence to say something. It's always good to wait. Now you can't say shit now.
I saw his son come out and make a track dissing 50, dissing a bunch of people, calling all these women clout chasers.
Bro, I seen the meme that said fucking Sean Combs Jr. Dissed the FBI, and then they dropped this tape on his daddy. But also, let's not forget that just in LA last week, his own son got fucking charged for rape as well from a young lady. Like, the family is looking crazy. And this is why even more so now I'm happy I said what I said in the music reaction I did to that nigga. Oh my God, these niggas on some madnesses.
To be honest with you, if I found out one of my siblings or my father or whatever it is was beating on a woman like that, there's not a chance in hell in public I would ever say anything supportive of him. Me. Now, I wouldn't necessarily go and trash him, but I would have a hard time talking to them like shit's regular when I see you and 360p beating on that woman.
Yeah.
And it wasn't no like, oh, tussle back and forth. He was ragdolling her across, throwing objects and beating the shit out of her.
There was no response from her. You saw that?
No,
She ate that punch. She fell down, and then it's not a back. No, it's none of that.
Bro, the things that she alleges this man did are disgusting. From forcing himself on her to giving her to other men for them to enjoy with their pleasure. Like, what kind of sick individual traffics their own partner?
Man.
When you have that kind of money. You're not doing it for financial gain, so what the
weird
are you
level
doing
cuck
it for?
shit.
You gotta be sick. At any rate. Anything else you want to say about the Diddler?
The Diddler is crazy.
That's a good name. The Diddler.
I think
That's
this might be the first time that they point out an artist, and if I heard any of their music, I would probably feel revolted. One of the first. Like, even R. Kelly, when he did that shit, like, sure, yeah, put him behind bars. But, like, if I hear I'll Be Missing You, I'll never hear that song the same.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He said,
Next
yeah.
time, when niggas tell you they bad boys for life, believe them.
Cuz.
Nothing's right anymore.
No, it's not.
Everything's tainted, bro.
Yeah.
Everything is
We
just
bad boys for life. We ain't going nowhere. You going to jail.
King.
Facts.
Come out and play.
Facts.
That's weird, dog.
I think FBI about to rise to the challenge.
No, that's
Yeah.
weird.
We can't be stopped. We about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
We about to find out.
Public enemy number one.
What would you do if your family member was caught doing this?
Oh yeah, no, there's.
Fuck just that. Like, as a person who works in like the hip hop industry or like rap, like this does such a tremendous like damage to the industry that I work in, because now we have to deal with all of this like public perception of like what happens in rap, what happens behind closed doors, and it's not like rap is like completely clean, but like no art form is like all the fucking like we do this to country or whoever's genre, but because it's so big in public and because hip hop is still so young, like this shit fucking just makes the shit that I try and do when it comes to music just that much harder. Or people just are just that much turned off to a genre that I feel like can provide so much. But now this is just on it. And it's just like, why are these weirdos here? Like, it's just not fair. Like something that you like put your life into has so many bad actors that when you fucking get up and you want to do some shit for it, this is the type of shit you have to deal with. Plus just, oh, I also just want to make the fucking art. Because I don't want to have to deal with this shit, but I have to deal with this shit too. This is fucking ridiculous. Oh my God.
There's no support about that. There's no support about that because, like, I'm wearing, in the case of his son, I'm wearing your name. Like, we connected. Because people are going to think that I knew a bunch of shit and I shut up. I'm not even saying that his son knew necessarily. I'm not willing to say that. A lot of things happened to a lot of people, and the people in the entourage didn't know. But now I'm wearing your name.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He was with that woman for a long time.
I understand what you're saying.
Hold up. He was with that woman for a long time. He beat on her repeatedly. They would have seen scars. They would have seen something. And also, here's the thing. When the beatings are that intense, you can't hide that from family. You can't hide that unless your kid closes his eyes.
It's weird, but there's also
Look where he did it.
I understand.
I want you to remember where he did it. He ran into the lobby. This wasn't some man who's like hyper calculating. Like he's very impulsive.
Yeah.
There's no way you hide that from everybody.
Yeah, no.
I understand what you're saying, but there's also a lot of fact that it's your father. You have a lot of coverage. There's a lot of things in the psychology of the thing. There's a lot of things that you're going to be able to bypass. Yeah, the signs are going to be here, but sometimes you're going to choose not to see it because you're family member. So there's a lot of things that you're not going to choose to see, whatever, whatnot. Oh, you know, they tussle, whatever, and your memory because you're kids. You're not going to see it. That's the reason. That's essentially what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he was aware. He was not aware that some shit was not going on. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that because it's your father, sometimes they have the propensity to just diminish everything that is in their mind, and especially your father's talking to you and gaslighting you and stuff like that. And then they go into other families and say, no, he's not.
Your dad doesn't ragdoll your mom?
Yo. I've heard some people say some fucked up shit. I'm not saying it's okay.
I'm not saying you're saying it's okay. That's hard for me to believe.
The normal of certain people is so fucked up. And imagine you don't necessarily go out with other normal families.
Nah, my nigga Asher. I'm just thinking, goddammit. Oh, fuck. How much of the fallout of this is going to come back on artists that we just love? Because like Brian Michael Cox, Usher, Jermaine Dupri, Jay-Z, fucking Swiss Beats. Who else? There's like, the list is just forever long. And then like, what about the Kim Porter shit? Like, did Shorty just pass away? Like, unexpectedly, or like is this a murder that's been swept under the rug because bro had money, but now that he's getting found out for all this other shit, is the Kim Porter investigation going to get turned into a fucking like a murder investigation? Are they going to like exhume her body, or did they cremate her so there's none of that shit? Like this shit is just gonna spiral.
Families and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You think that's what it is when you have someone that's controlling as that dude. It can't happen that you think that, no, man, that's that. No, all you're talking about is crazy.
I don't think people walk through life and think ragdolling your partner is somewhere normal in any place.
Maybe working in social services just fucked me up.
Kim Porter, as his ex-partner, mother of 3. So he used to beat his... Nah, he not hiding that from the kids. So he not only beat Cassie, he beat them...
Where's Albie Shore in this? Because Lil B Shore loved to be like, like Diddy's my dad. But now, like, what's the situation?
Mom of his kid.
No, it's not even Lil B Shore. It's the other son, his first son. Because Lil B Shore, I believe, is the second son. But Albie Shore, I know he's like, yo, where's Albie Shore in all this? I want to hear what that nigga got to say.
And according to the bodyguard, he beat a bunch of other people.
And I heard the conversation between the individuals that it happened to.
Puff was putting his hands on Kim. She took that corkscrew that you open winded and ripped that nigga wrist when he was trying to hit her. The nigga was a woman. Always have been.
Never mind.
There's a rabbit hole that I might go into some other time. Anything else from you?
Yeah, well, he's talking about the fact that it's been around the industry. What you want the industry to do? We can't go out and be like, well, he's doing that. If you don't have any proof and you just heard stories, then it's defamation. So the industry can't say shit. We can just, if we talk about it too loud, there's also the fact that Diddy's going to try to do something. Did he do it? Yes, he did. But you can't go and be like, oh.
Did he do it? Yes, he did.
You can't go out and be like, I heard a story. I heard plenty of stories about different realms of art. And I can't say shit. I can't be like, hey, I heard. Go ahead.
Why do these people witness this?
Yeah, even if you witness it.
It's not defamation.
Yo, you're right. If you witness it, it's not defamation. You're right. You're right. You're right for that.
But it could be classed as hearsay, even if you were like the first-hand witness of the thing. Like, eyewitness testimony is something that gets shredded in court. So like, I being the witness and having no backup leaves me in a very precarious place. Me having 3 to 5 other people that are willing to attest to the same story then becomes eyewitness testimony that is valid. But one person trying to speak up at a time against the giant is very hard to prove in court. It is something that gets like, just comes down to like almost hearsay. Even if it is a first-hand eyewitness account, it's still like on the line of hearsay. And like a good lawyer, like I'm not even fucking legally trained. Like I know a good lawyer fucking cook that shit ASAP. We got one witness, deal with that easy.
But I mean, there's a lot of people, when he's talking about these stories been around the industry, the rest of them that know and want to say some shit, they can't. So they're going to have to, the victim going to have to say something.
I'm going to say this. I disagree.
Okay.
I don't think they're doing it because they don't think they can do something. I think they're not doing it because they're just doing self-preservation.
Yeah,
they don't want any consequences for themselves.
If they go out there and they say it, Diddy's gonna either send his goons or whatnot, or the lady, the Philippine lady that he has a breast milk from.
Okay,
he's
and,
gonna.
and guess what? And guess what? They should still do something. You wanna know why?
Why?
Because it's hip hop. Because it's hip hop. These niggas want to talk about smoking everybody, gang fighting, blasting on everybody, but then a girl, pause, that shit ain't gay, whatever. But then this dude grabbing you and getting up in your cheeks because you want to make a new record, you're a coward. So hip hop being all about bravado and all this other stuff, but all.
See, this is the shit why, like, not the schemy shit. Because luckily the people I worked for in Los Angeles never had anything close to any of this shit. Hopefully, like, the other people that had experiences with those people don't have a countering, we'll say, story or narrative to the things they've seen these people do. But the cowardice or the lack of accountability or the lack of wanting to tell somebody what the fuck is right or why they're wrong or like just speaking up for what you think is the thing in the moment is why working in Los Angeles to me was probably one of the most like soul-crushing fucking experiences in the entertainment industry, because I've lost so many opportunities and jobs because I'm just like, that nigga's a weirdo and this is why. And then people be like, oh, like, I'm that nigga's manager. Like, I've had that literally said to my face, but at the time, I didn't know that nigga was his manager. I was just being honest and speaking the facts because I was like, shit, the version of hip hop that I was taught with or the way that I understood it or became like somebody that loved hip hop was, nigga, I'm gonna say what the fuck I think I have to say. That's what the fuck it is. Like, damn the consequences. So the shit I've been saying right now is like, yo, niggas is cowards. Like, facts. Niggas is cowards. They protect the check over anything. It's ridiculous.
New record, you're a coward. So hip hop being all about bravado and all this other stuff, but all these motherfuckers do everything and they didn't say nothing. Yeah, of course I'm gonna look at these cats like they cowards.
All right, so you heard it here first. I was calling you fake. All you hip hop heads and old school mother, you fake and cowards.
I'm just saying.
Facts.
These guys say, oh, they'll smoke.
Anybody that knows any of this shit, anybody that's firsthand, anybody shaking hands, like, you's a bitch ass nigga if you knew this shit and didn't say nothing. Cause like, we're just either a part of the industry, so you're somebody that's in the same working space as us, but the people that are a part of the industry that have seen these things, taken checks, kept silence, you guys are the cowards. You guys are the people that make the problem even worse. It's like how people look at the police. where they're like, well, we know all these fucked up people are in this thing, but it's the blue wall of silence. And then that causes all these other things and just creates this like poisonous vacuum. And then it's like, well, doesn't one bad apple spoil the bunch? And it's like, that's what they love to say until like it affects the niggas' money. And then they're just like, oh, like XYZ this, and all this equivocation comes up.
Mocapero, don't do this. You say something bad about my people, this and that. Then you got Diddy out here grabbing your junk and you just staying quiet. How am I not supposed to look at you like you a coward?
Maybe you like that. Take that, take that, take that, take that.
Oh, Jesus.
Again, just don't be about this. I say, don't be about this like, you can't. Shut up. The
Facts.
Diddler proved y'all wrong, okay?
The
The
Diddler.
Diddler operated in hip-hop circles with the most hyper-masculine dudes. And instead of riddles, he gave them diddles, okay?
Jesus
And they
Christ.
didn't say nothing.
He gave him diddles? That's crazy. That's a
I'm
lie.
just saying.
Instead of riddles, they gave him diddles.
For some hip-hop cats who say they all about it. That's all I'm saying. Terry Crews, fine. He never said nothing. Even though you're a big man, he never said nothing. These cats, come on, bro. You saw Jada kissing that thing.
Yeah.
He knows.
He knows.
You saw Fabulous that thing. He knows. They all know. They all had weird experiences with him. It's very obvious. I'm just saying. All these guys, pause. Did y'all pause, Diddy?
Nope.
No.
or did
Most
y'all-
of y'all press play for him too.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
say it.
That's a good one. That's a good
But
one.
who? But if they didn't pause for Diddy and they played, who was recorded?
Yeah, we'll find.
Jesus.
Sup, you beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
Diabolical Lies
Today's
is
topic.
right, Phil. Diabolical Lies is right. All right. Yeah, pretty much, I've said everything I have. These niggas is weirdos. Fuck, this is some bullshit. I feel sorry for all the victims of all the bullshit. Like, this shit is just ridiculous. The people have kept quiet. Like, there's going to be... We can't even have a Mount Rushmore. Like, Kendrick being the GOAT becomes so much easier because a lot of the people that would be considered in the GOAT conversation are like attached to Diddy. However, this is where a nigga like 50 Cent, this is why he been my nigga, and hopefully no bullshit come out with that nigga, is because this entire time he has been on this nigga's neck, and I'm not talking about just now, but he's been calling this nigga Diddy out for fucking years, and now shit is fucking coming to an avalanche, and it's just like, all right, no, that's it for me on this one. Thank you guys for joining me. Please, in the comments, if you have anything to say, we'll chat in the comments. But yeah, hit that like, subscribe, Patreon's in the description. And I'll see you on the next one. I'm out of here.